that time you played the fish guy in our school play?
Of course. 1 pound.
I felt like it's time to bring that up.
Tom's fish.
What's that?
It was Tom's fish. Because I was the Tom and Tom, Dick, and Stanley.
You were the Tom?
Yeah.
Nice. That's all we knew about you. You were Tom, you sold fish, and you sang songs about Gaston and killing me.
Yeah, I wore a lot of hats that play, which is odd.
It was a heavy-hatted play. But you didn't even have the dumbest hats. Like, the people who had the dumbest hats were the forks and the spoons.
No, we didn't have hats for those things. I meant hats metaphorically. I never actually wore a hat because we couldn't find one that fit my character. Any of them, in fact. So
Yeah, did you wear... No, that was Guys and Dolls, in which you wore a fedora, but didn't know how to wear a fedora, so wore it smashed down on your head at all times like an even stupider version of a fedora.
And I had a clip-on tie on at all points during that production as well.
That's true. Like, they trusted the rest of us with real ties. Or at least, like, I know me and Garrett and Patrick all had real ties. They gave you a clip-on?
Yeah. Wait, side note about that play, do you ever think it's weird how, like, I sang in front of Bo Pelini is a true sentence?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Twice did I play, like, major roles in front of Bo Pelini. Often, like, in close conjunction with 2 of his 3 children. I don't, like, that's such a crazy sentence that is true about...
Head coach of the Nebraska football team, witness me as a dancing fork.
Yeah, head coach of the Nebraska football team witnessed me as about as hairy as I was about to actually become in a couple of years. So that's fun. That's neat. So no one thinks I'm crazy. I played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. I realize if you don't have that context, that last sentence sounds totally bananas, but it all makes sense. I promise. At least more than it does without that fact. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Well, that has been a nice way to decompress from the actual things we had to say. But is there anything else we need to cover, Justin?
I think the audience should know my prop I had as the fish man.
Yes, the fish prop. You gotta tell him. Oh my god.
Again, we can have a whole episode full of just random stories from our childhood, which has been on the cutting block for quite some time. We'll get to it eventually.
Due for another one of those. For sure.
But anyways, I was the fish salesman in the town in Beauty and the Beast. My line was 1 pound. That's how much my fish cost. Fish cost. So I needed to have fish to sell, or else 1 pound has no meaning in the grand song. So I needed to sell fish. But, like, how do you sell fish? Do I get a basket? And do I fill it with, like, printed out fish? No! Because then how are people going to see the fish unless they look in the basket? So I took, like, a giant, like, wrapping paper pole.
No one told Justin to do this, by the way. It was like, hey, get yourself a prop. Justin was just like, I feel the need to do this.
Yes. And because, you know, that little hole at the top looked ugly, I smacked a piece of paper with Tom's fish typed on it. Because, you know, I'm Tom. And across the sides, well, there weren't really, I forget, we cut a little hole. We put another tube through, so we had sides that was like a cross. And hanging down were, like, printed out fishes. They were, like, tied to strings. And they were all paper. One-sided. What?
You just used that in rehearsal, right?
No, that made it to the stage, dude.
What?
I'm pretty sure that made it to the stage. Yeah, I was marching around with it like it was like a protest sign, you know? Backstage, you don't remember that?
Do you remember that time Ben almost killed himself on those damn office chairs?
Everybody killed themselves on the office chairs.
It was a rite of passage for sure. But, like, Ben nearly died.
Okay, explain this story, because I don't remember it. I think it's jumbled up with all the memories of before play practice. There was an area in the music room where it was just office chairs surrounding a desk.
No. This was not that time. This was a different time. So we had already moved to tech rehearsals. Like, this was tech week. And so we had these chairs that were just kind of, like, sitting out and about waiting for the directors. There were 3 of them, and it was on a hardwood gym floor. And it was the part of Tech Week where they've got everything moved in the gym, but Mr. Molly hasn't actually built the stage yet. So we're just waiting for that to happen. And so we're like practicing in the place that it's going to be. We're rehearsing there. But they've got these 3 chairs sitting out. And so kids would just sit on these chairs, and Nathan Reicher would just like whip them across the room with the strength of 1,000 oxen. Yeah. And then one time, Ben got like Nathan and like 2 other guys to send him across the room. But as I remember, like they put some torque on him so he'd spin in the chair. And I swear to God, Mrs. Purbaugh walks in just to see Ben being wound up by these 3 guys, tossed across the floor, spinning 360, and also spinning on the chair's axis, spinning because the chair's wheels are spinning, and like still traveling forward because of the force he's just been thrown with towards the other side of the gym, screaming, "Holy shit!" the entire time. It was beautiful. Just incredible. Oh, man.
I remember that he sent people across the room. I don't remember the Ben one, but I don't doubt that it happened.
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of weird that happened in that school.
Yes, I thought you were talking about, like, the desk in the music room where, like, before play practice, it would just randomly be an improv comedy session at that desk every single time.
Yeah, we would just sit and riff, and then they'd walk in and we wouldn't stop riffing. Like, we just through the entire practice, and people would make, like, dumb callbacks in the middle of rehearsal to dumb jokes they made at the beginning of rehearsal. And as stupid as we were, that is still some of the most fun I've had in my life. Just, like, jacking around with my friends, and I'm not old enough to have any legitimate worry in the world.
No, it was like the same scene every time. Somebody was the boss and we were the employees, and it was just open floor riff time. That was Guys and Dolls. I forget what Beauty and the Beast riffs were, but I know every single time for Guys and Dolls, it was boardroom improv before.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
Beyond stupid.
Oh my god. What's super funny is that during Guys and Dolls, I was like, well, I have a bigger role, so I'm a serious actor. So, like, I can't mingle with the ensemble. I have to run with all of the 8th graders. And then the next year, I was like, wait, I would have had way more fun if I just, like, jacked around and didn't care so much about this. And I think I should do that this time. So, like, I felt like I worked hard and tried to do a good job, but really I was there to just, like, raise some hell. It was neat.
It was neat.
10 out of 10 would raise that hell again.
Yes.
Wait, so what happened to Ben in the swivel chair? How did he run into something? Did somebody catch him?
No one caught him. He ran into the wall at full speed, lay on the ground for a minute, then got up and kept moving.
Sounds about right.
Like, they aimed him towards the padding, but I want to say he hit one of the doors.
This sounds more familiar now.
Or maybe it was the strip between the doors and the padding.
Yeah.
I think he hit there. But, like, the way he just kind of, like, embraced his fate towards the end, so he just, like, threw his arms out and let his whole body take the blow. I think he, like, distributed the shock pretty damn well. Like, say what you will about that guy. He knew how to take a hit. Like, he was not an unintelligent fellow when it came to getting injured.
Wherever you are, respect.